Today we have so much to talk about. First of all, if you have been keeping your eye on the price of a cruise on Princess Cruises or any of the other cruise line websites, and you feel like today the price suddenly went up, we need to talk about that, and we're going to. Princess Cruises has an update to their app, which really marks the beginning of a change of dining on Princess Cruise Line, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to also be talking about a hurricane that's coming. I'm going to give you an update on our Christmas market group cruise and Greenland. We've got a lot to talk about with Greenland, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday. It is July 1st of 2024. And let's start off at the very top talking about the update to Princess's app. So Princess Cruise Line released an app first thing this morning, a new update to it. And the update number, so when you're looking at the app to make sure that you have got the current version, it's 1.3.0-5004. So if you open up your app and you click in the right hand corner in the bottom where it says profile, it should have your picture there. When you click there, the next screen it takes you to, scroll clear to the bottom and it will list which version of the app you have. If you don't have the correct app, just go to the App Store and click on the download to update it, okay? Or the Play Store. Play, whatever that is they call with Android. Anyway, make sure that you've got the current version of the app so that it will work. It released first thing this morning, and a lot of us were talking we were not able to make our main dining room reservations for cruises that sail on September 14th this year or after. And finally, late morning, early afternoon, I believe it probably would have been on the East Coast of the United States, that finally opened up. And so sure enough, you can book your dining. As you do so, you're going to notice a few changes. On one of the dining rooms, you will see that it offers you a set time. So the change Princess Cruises is making is you can book one dining room is going to accommodate that traditional dining experience. You're going to have the same table, the same waiter, the same sit-down time every evening. That's just going to be traditional. In another one, you can book the dining reservations by evening. Say one evening you want to dine at 6, another evening you want to dine at 7. You're going to be late in the port, so you know you're going to eat in the buffet that night, so you're not going to make a dining reservation for that night. That's what another dining room is going to be for. The third main dining room is going to be for guests that would just like to walk up and be accommodated whenever they would like to eat. So to me, this is really exciting because there are people that love that traditional dining experience. There are people that just want to go eat when they want to go eat. And then that middle section there that just want to book dining for a certain time on different times on different evenings. I think it really will simplify the whole process for people. No longer are you going to have to get on board, go to a main dining room and say, may I please have the same table, the same wait staff, the same dining time every night and get that set up. No, you're going to be able to do it in the app. So this is great. And along with that, it looks like some things are working more smoothly on the app. So take a look and let me know what you think. But I was able to book main dining room dining for any of the cruises that we have. I do want to point out that when I was looking at a couple of the cruises, it listed that Sabatini's is $55 a person, and so I clicked through seeing if I was going to book it. I didn't book it because I was trying it out on a group cruise, and we dine with a group when we're on a group cruise. But when it got to the screen where it was going to make you pay, it only came up as $70. So there are still some glitches here and there, like $70 for 2 guests. And so I am sure they'll get worked out, hopefully coming up soon, maybe even by the end of the day. We'll just have to kind of see, but I'm really excited about this. Now, let's talk about pricing for a minute. California made a new law that I am sure any of you who follow people talking about this on YouTube have heard about now, and they wanted to make it so that any businesses could not hide any hidden fees. And so that affects how cruise lines need to show their pricing. I've never felt like cruise lines had hidden fees. There's always been the cruise fare, the taxes, fee, and port expenses, then your total. You can put in insurance if you want, you can put in transfers if you want. But at any rate, it is now one number that you are going to get will include the cruise fare and the taxes, fees, and port expenses. Today is the day that went live. So when you look at Princess's website, you're going to notice that number that they show includes, like I said, the cruise fare and the taxes, fees, and port expenses. There are a few glitches with the website, both there. Not everything is quite showing up right. Even when you search for a cruise, it's not showing all of the cruises right. And so I am looking for that to be resolved pretty soon. I'm thinking it's because they're running updates. It's been really glitchy like the whole last week. So if you're having trouble with the website, seeing everything that you want to see, I'm really hoping it gets ironed out soon. I don't have an inside story on that, other than I hope with the rest of you that will get ironed out soon, and I have hope. So let me know what you're saying. Put it in the comments, and let me know in the comments if you're able to book your dining. I will tell you, it is really spotty, and I can't figure out why, but it is supposed to be that if you are platinum or elite, as soon as you make your deposit, that you can book whatever dining you want to book on your cruise. If you're not platinum or elite, you're not supposed to be able to book your dining until you make your final payment. But it's kind of funny. Every once in a while, people who are not platinum or elite are able to make the reservations. So I would say no matter what loyalty level you have with Princess, try to make your dining reservations. If you are not able to make your dining reservations and you're not platinum or elite, you're going to need to pay in full for your cruise, and then you'll be able to make it. So it really depends on how important your dining time is to you. One other thing that I think is so important that we all remember is that dining times and dining tables mean different things to different people. And I think that's really important to respect and think about, because some people don't really care how many people they sit with. They're not real fussy about what time they eat, or as long as they eat at 6, they don't care where they sit. But we also have people who are. And so I think it's really important that we all keep that in mind. I know that we have solo cruisers who like to sit at a solo table. I know that when I go with Gordon and we're not with the group, I really like to just sit with him. It was really fun. I was speaking on the phone with someone the other evening, and they were wondering if there is a way, a lot of the dining in the main dining room, how they'll have tables for 2, but they're so close that it's really kind of like you're dining with the other people. They were wondering how to get a table for 2 so that you're not quite so close to everyone. Every once in a while you can get one by the window, but a lot of time there's not, and so you kind of have to ask for one. There are ones here and there around the dining room that are not in that string of 2, Anyway, just putting it out there. I think it's really important. So when you think that dining is really important to some people, not to other people, it's the same thing as with anything else on a cruise. Some people go on a cruise for a certain experience, and someone else will go and that's not even on their radar. So just putting that out there. We all have different ways of doing things, and I think it's really important that we all enjoy everything together. Now, let's talk for just a minute about our Christmas Market Group Cruise. This is just a super fast update. It is December 7th through the 14th in 2025. It's on the Ama Magna, which is Ama Waterways' most fabulous ship of all, is my understanding, and it is going to be absolutely wonderful. The reason I want to talk about this now is space is getting limited. So if you thought you were going to book it next summer, I don't think I'll have any space left by then. And so I'm just putting out there, if you were thinking that you wanted to come, you've been slow to sign up, but you really want to come, this is a good time. I think the way we're going to do it is probably 3 nights in Prague, and then go on the cruise and do a couple in Budapest afterwards. You can book them straight with Ama Waterways, which is really nice because they take care of the hotels and the transportation and just everything. And so just putting that out there. If you don't want to do those pre's and posts, then we'll do it different. You can do it however you want to do, but just wanted to bring you up to date on that. Now, a hurricane. The reason that this hurricane matters is because of its really wide-reaching projected impact. So this morning, the hurricane made landfall there in Kuriku, I think is how you pronounce it, there. And when it hit there, it was a Category 4. So it is a really strong storm. The name of the hurricane is Beryl. It is the second one of the season already, and we're only July 1st here in the Atlantic so far this year. The important thing to know is a couple of things. First of all, by Wednesday, it is supposed to be in Jamaica. By Thursday, they expect to hit the Cayman Islands, cruises, and then on Friday they expect it to make landfall. And right now they are projecting that Costa Maya will kind of be in the middle of where they expect it to hit, with Cozumel on the edge to the north and Belize to the southern edge of where they expect that storm to hit. As a result of that, there are several cruise lines that are rerouting their ships. We've got we've got Norwegian has their Breakaway, and their Jade has made itinerary changes. Icon of the Seas has changed their itinerary, as has the Celebrity Beyond, and I am expecting to hear of a lot more changes this week as we get a little bit closer to impact in more places by that storm. And truly, a ship is not going to want to sail in the waters anywhere near that. They take good care of their crew and their passengers, and they do take good care of their ships, because those are important as well. So I'll keep my eye out and keep you up to date on that. Do put in the comments if you're on a cruise that is impacted by that, and let us know how everything goes. Now we're going to talk here for just a minute about Greenland. So Greenland is showing up on more and more cruise itineraries. To me, it is so exciting that they are showing up, that destination is showing up on so many more itineraries, because it's one of those places that historically we haven't been able to visit. So it's really opened up the world. But I want to point out a few things about it. If you follow along with cruises that are scheduled to go to Greenland, a lot of times people are disappointed and they are not able to make any of the ports on their itinerary. They're very fortunate if they make one of them often. They do a little bit of scenic cruising there when they can, but sometimes they can't do that. The new Statendam is a ship that is currently sailing, and Let's Go family member just got on board the other day and said that they are not going to be able to visit the 2 ports in Greenland that they were expected to visit. And this announcement came just as they boarded the ship. It was not into the voyage. It was right when they got on, because apparently the way that the weather is working right now, there is too much ice in the water to get into where they expected to go. So they're not going to even be able to go to Greenland. Instead of doing it, though, they have added some really cool ports. They've added a stop in Runavik, if I'm saying that right, in the Faroe Islands, as well as 2 ports in Iceland. And they're both ports that are often not on cruise itineraries. One of them is Akureyri, with an overnight in Akureyri. That's the one you see more often. And the other one I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce, but it is one we don't often see as well. And so it still is going to shape up to be an amazing voyage, but they're not going to be able to go to the ports that they expected. In addition to that, I want to put on your radar that, people talk a lot about there being certain months that are better to go and other months that are not able to go. They say July is early to be going to Greenland. August is your better shot. But I was looking back, and last year in August, a lot of cruise lines were not able to make it into Greenland as well. So here, I guess, is everything to think about. When you book a cruise and you book it to go to Greenland, I would say book it with as many port stops in Greenland as you can, because that gives you just that many more opportunities to try to get in. But at the same time, I think it's really important to keep our eyes wide open and realize that that is often a destination that cruise ships are not able to meet in the way that they expected. So I want you to know that. And then the other thing that is really important is look at the rest of the itinerary on one of the cruises that you're looking to book. So one of them that really stands out to me is one of the legendary voyages that Holland America has next year. I believe it sails on June 29th, but it is like an Arctic Circle crossing. It is an amazing itinerary in addition to port stops in Greenland. And initially they had 4 stops in Greenland on the itinerary, and they have changed it to only 2. But when you look at that whole itinerary, it is doing a remarkable job of covering Norway. A lot of cruise ports you're going to be going to are not on a normal Norway itinerary. It's not like you can be like, well, I'll just take a Norway cruise. No, it is remarkable with what it's covering there, as well as with what it's going to cover in Iceland. And you've got that whole Arctic Circle crossing thing. And so I just want you to think that when you book your cruise to Greenland, make sure that you like other ports on the itinerary and that you would be really pleased with it. And look until you find an itinerary that you would really enjoy in addition to to those cruise stops in Greenland. Or if you're taking a cruise to Greenland, just be aware that it might work out perfectly and it might not. So just wanted to put that on your radar. And let me know if you have ever been to Greenland on a cruise, if you have thought you were going to Greenland and it didn't work out, if you've got a cruise to Greenland booked, just let us know in the comments about it. Alrighty, the very last thing that I want to talk to you about is that Princess Cruises has announced that they are now going to do epic voyages. So this brought to my mind Holland America's legendary voyages, like I was just speaking with you about one of them. And I am really excited about this. So when you look at their website, what they'll have you do is they say, you know, how they're going to be longer with long stays and immerse you in the destinations. And when you click on the different links to the different voyages, for now, it looks like they have just mostly combined like a couple of 10-day cruises to turn it into a 20-day cruise, a few 7-day cruises to turn into a 21-day cruise, which you could do on your own if you wanted to. But it looks like they are going to build more and more of those bookable that way rather than having to book a back-to-back, you know, to get your 20 days. And so there's a few things I want us to think about with this. First of all, I am really excited to see what the future holds with this. We just have Europe through 2026 booked, but there is still an awful lot to come that could carry a whole lot more legendary voyages as well. I'm sorry, epic voyages as well as into 2027 on this. Can you believe 2027 is around the corner? And so I keep our eye out for that. Another thing that I think is so important with this is I was looking through the different itineraries. And just, I always like to look not only at the itinerary, but I always look how long the days are in port, and I always look at what excursions are offered, because that varies a lot between cruise lines. So when you're looking at booking your voyage, whether they're epic or legendary or with, you know, whatever another cruise line has got going, make sure that you are in the port, not only that you're going to the port that you want to be in, but that you are there for the amount of time that you expect, and that you can either book separately if you're brave enough to do that, you know, book an excursion through someone else, or with the cruise line to do what it is that you wanted to do when you get to go there. But I'll keep you up to date as we hear more about these epic voyages on Princess. And here's the reason that I thought of the Island Princess when I saw this the other day. It's because a lot of times the Island Princess does what you would coin an epic voyage, because a lot of times they're a little bit longer. A lot of times they go to more out-of-the-way destinations. They often visit ports that you're not going to be able to maybe dock, like a Discovery Princess size of ship. And so I think that we might see the Island Princess sailing some of these in the future. Like I said, I have a lot of hope moving forward for what we're going to see, and I'm hoping that the world is going to open a little bit wider with this big announcement from Princess. I know for sure that the world has opened even wider with what Holland America is doing with their legendary voyages. Like, look at their pole-to-pole itinerary. It is remarkable. It is absolutely thrilling. That one that is next year, that Arctic Circle crossing on the, I think it's on the New Amsterdam. I could be wrong though. I would definitely, if Gordon wasn't working, would be going on that. If he could have that many days off, it is a remarkable itinerary. So really, this goes with the bucket list thing I talked to you about the other day though. Really look and get a good travel agent to help you. Think of where you want to go and what you want to do. It makes a big difference, and rather than just booking a cruise to somewhere, you know. So I've told you everything on my mind for today. Come and join us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll look forward to seeing you then. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.